Well, we've been pure perform on Alcoa precisely because of the big challenges in commodity prices across the board. It's been very disappointing for the poor aluminum market to see kind of a double whammy from weakening global demand in China in particular, but also Russia dumping aluminum on the global market. So definitely this quarter reflected those challenges.
When would you expect those challenges to bottom out?
Well, what we know now is that they missed the third quarter. The fourth quarter looks even more challenging because of spot prices where they are today, given where they averaged in the third quarter. You know, the things that we need to see to get more constructive on the aluminum price would be some sort of measures to restrict Russian aluminum being dumped on the LME. There are some self-sanctions in place, but nothing official. So if Russian aluminum were curtailed further, that would certainly help. Obviously, the entire commodity market is also waiting for Chinese demand to recover. And certainly the comments from the party Congress a couple days ago didn't give that much confidence. Certainly, we'd need to see greater demand from infrastructure stimulus, which is possible, any recovery in the property sector. Those are the biggest factors we're looking for.
Yes, Timna, just on that, can you give us a bit more colour on the demand signals as Alcoa sees them coming from China and coming from Europe as well, which is likely to go into a deeper recession?
Yeah, there's no doubt that Europe is already seeing weakness in demand. And shockingly, it seems that this has almost more than offset a very steep decline in production. So the problem has been not just that demand has been weaker, but costs have been higher. So Alcoa faced this as well. They have several operating smelters in Europe that are facing exorbitant power costs. And power is about 30% of total costs for an aluminum smelter. So they've just been absolutely squeezed in some of their European operations. And even with the shutting capacity, the demand has been more than offsetting that. So certainly Europe is still cracking. China, we talked about already. They're seeing some stability in demand still in many of their markets in the U.S., for example. But it is hard to see how that persists into a rising interest rate environment. We're seeing weakness in construction markets, but greater stability traditionally in packaging and aerospace.